This pass-through cone fidget looks impossible and is super satisfying to play with. But today I'm going to show you exactly how to make this cone pass-through fidget in onshape. So let's get into it. To start off, we want to create a new document. To do this, you'll have to click the button Create found in the top left corner of the screen. Once you've clicked that, click Document. And now you can name this document whatever you want. Today I'll be naming it Cone Fidget. So, to start off, so once it loads, we'll be dropped into a part studio where we can start creating. The first step to create this toy is to click this sketch tool found in the toolbar. And always, once we click this, you want to select a sketch plane to start working on. And you'll always have three options to choose from: front, right, and top. But in this case, we'll be picking top. And to make everything clear, you'll just want to hide the other planes. And you can do that by going to the left sidebar and hiding the front and right plane. And to make everything easier, changing my workspace units to millimeters. To do that, you just have to click these three bars, go to workspace units, and change your length default unit to millimeters. Then press the green check mark. Now we want to go back into Sketch 1. To do that, just double click it, and we're back. So now the first thing we want to do is go to the top viewpoint. To control your viewpoint, you can either drag with right clicking your mouse or just clicking the top viewpoint up in this cube. Now you'll want to click the center point circle. Or if you click the middle and now drag it out, you can see that the circle is getting bigger and smaller. All you have to do is click and then type in 40 in your keyboard. Then press enter, and that's how wide the base is going to be. So once you do that, we can click out of the sketch by pressing the green check mark. Now you want to click the plane tool. And if you can't find the tool I'm using, you can always go to the search tools right corner of the screen. Press it and then just search up plane or whatever tool I'm using. Once you press that, it'll ask you what entities you want to use as a plane. For that, you'll just want to click the top. Then you'll want to go into this offset distance and then type in 60. Then just press the green check mark. Now we're gonna create another sketch, but this time on the new plane. Go back to the top viewpoint, press point, and click on the middle. Now we can click out of that sketch. Now as you can see, we have this point right here. And once that's done, we can hide the plane we've just made. So now I'm going to ask you to click this circle so that it turns yellow and this dot. Now I'm going to ask you to click loft. And as you can see, we have a cone. Just make sure that these settings are here, solid and new. Then go ahead and hide this top plane. After that, go to the bottom viewpoint and click on the circle so that it shows up yellow. Click sketch. Now click on center point circle and click the middle. We want to make this circle a bit of a smaller circle, which would be about 10 millimeters. Press. Now click on the line tool up here. We're going to want to make a straight vertical line like this. To do that, just click on the center dot, go up to the outer rim of the circle, and make sure that there's a blue and white, blue and yellow thing across your line. That makes sure that it's straight. And then go down and do it again. So now you'll get a perfectly straight line like that. So, and to get out of that line thing, you just have to press escape on your keyboard. Now, once we do that, we're gonna want to do the same thing but horizontally. So click the line tool, click center, go down here, make sure it's blue and yellow, go back to the outer rim, and now that's the horizontal thing. So after this is done, uh, we're gonna want to basically do the same thing again, but this time diagonally. So click on the line tool and try your best to make it diagonally, but it really doesn't need to be perfect because we're gonna make it perfect after. So make it like that. Now we're gonna press escape because now what we're gonna do is click on the tool coincident. I hope I'm saying that right, but yeah. So we're gonna click on this line and this center dot. So as you can see now, it goes perfectly down the middle. And okay, so once that's done, you'll want to do this next step, which would be clicking on the dimension tool right next to coincident. Click on that, click this line and this horizontal line, and make sure it's on the inner thing like this. So once that is there, you can click that and then press 30. This makes the angle between the this line and this line 30 degrees. Perfect. So now we're going to want to do that same diagonal line again. Perfect. So now we're going to make a line that kind of goes up like this. Like this. Yeah, there should be fine. Then we're going to click on this spline tool, which should be like this curvy thing up here. Now, using a couple uh, clicks, we can make any shape we want. Basically, just to make this shape right here. Or, so what we're gonna do, once you have clicked that spline tool, we're going to use a couple clicks and basically make like a weird shape. And remember, it should end here. And once you're done, you can click escape. And let's say you're not happy with anything. We can click out of this spline thing by just clicking on it again and really just like move it around until you're happy. And I think this looks pretty good. So now we're going to want to click on the mirror tool. And where it says select mirror line, it's going to be this line. And then for this, we're going to click this for the entities to be mirrored. Perfect. So now, yeah, so it can be like anything. Won't really matter. So once we do that, we're going to so now we're going to want to do this mirroring process a couple more times. So click on mirror again, press this horizontal line, and click both of these. And we're going to have to keep experimenting until we can do it again. So it's going to have to repeat like a couple of these. That's all I'm saying. Perfect. Now once that's done, we can finally get out of this sketch. Oh wait, sorry. Not yet. But once we finish all of this mirroring, we're going to want to click on all of these straight lines. First, getting out of the mirror tool, like this. So once you've done that, we're going to want to click on the construction tool. And as you can see, now all of the lines have become dotted like so. Now finally, now we can get out of the sketch. So now we can transfer back to our normal view and make the top plane visible again. Then click on this plane and select Sketch. Once this is done, select the center point circle. Click on the middle dot and make it close to the circle's base. It's okay if it's a little bit over, but try to make it close. Once that's done, we can finish the sketch. And now click on the circle we just made. Select the extrude tool. Then make sure instead of solid, it's surface right here. So once that setting is selected, we can change the depth to 60 millimeters. Then you can press the green check mark. And as you can see, there's like a hollow cylinder, the height of our cone. So once that's done, we can select the helix tool and select the cylinder we just made and change the target revolutions to 1 because that's the perfect setting for this fidget. Once that's done, we can go down to this surface place in the bottom left sidebar, press the drop down button, and hide the surface. So now we just got this spiral thingy. Now what we want to go do is select Boolean, and that should be like the 2 circles right here. Once you do this, you want to click Subtract right here. And the tools, you want to use the spirals thingy. And once that we've hidden that surface, we want to go to this bottom viewport and click these. And make sure you just click these ones because if you don't, it will mess it up. And once you've got that, you'll just want to select Sweep. And for the sweep path, you'll want to select this helix. And remember to change this setting to new so that you have 2 different parts down here. And now it'll be perfect. And you should get something like this. Pretty cool. Now what we want to do is go to Boolean. Once you do this, you want to click Subtract. And for your tools, it should be the spiral cylinder thingy. And for the targets, it should be the cone. And with that, you should get this cool design. That should be one of these parts we have here. Pretty cool, eh? So now we can select the green check mark. So, if you've gotten this far in the video, hopefully you've liked it. And if you did, feel free to leave a like to the video or even subscribe to the channel. We'll post more CAD tutorials and even some fun engineering projects. So, let's get back into it. So, let's get back into it. First, we'll want to create a new part studio. To do this, go to the bottom left corner of the screen, where plus sign should be located. Now, if you go up a bit, you can go to the Create Part Studio. Once you do that, there should be a Part Studio 2 here, where we'll load into right now. Once we do this, we can go ahead and remove the front and right panels. Now press the Derived tool. And remember, if you can't find this, you can always go to the Search tools. But it should be like a staircase. Now we can select a Part Studio. And what we'll want to bring in to this Part Studio will be sketches 1 through 3. See? 1, 2, 3. And plane 1. And plane 1. So now we can click the green check mark, and we should get something like this. Now go ahead and hide this top plane by dropping down the arrow right here and pressing the eyeball. Now we should get something like this, how we started back then, remember? But don't worry, it won't take too long this time. Now click on the outer rim of this circle and this dot. Now press the loft tool. And yeah, now you'll get something like this. Oh yeah, so I realized we need one more thing. So I go back into the drive, press edit, and we also need this curve. So yeah, once we have that, we should have the curve right there. So once we have that, now we can press the loft. And just press this outer rim. Like that. So, once we've got that, once that's done, we click the green check mark and go to the bottom viewpoint. Click on the bottom circle. Click Sketch. Then press Offset. It should be in your toolbar right here. Once you press that, select one of these curves. And if it isn't already on the inner part like it is here, the blue line is here, and if it's like this, you want to drag it in like this. So once you do that, you'll want to do that and then set it to 0.43. So just drag it pretty carefully. And yeah, because 0.43 is the sweet spot. Once you do that, you want to click on each of the curves. And what that does is basically just apply what we just did to each of the other curves. And make sure just to do it to the curves, because if you don't, it'll mess a little stuff up. And you'll kind of have to start over. And now it should look like this. So we're almost done. So once that's done, go ahead and press the green check mark. And feel free to go back if you want to, because these previous steps were a bit hard. So yeah. So yeah, basically what we want to do now is press this sketch 1, which should be the bottom here, because this is basically what we just made. And now we want to click Sweep. Once we click that, we want to click on this sweep path and press this helix. Now we want to create, remember to press this setting new here. Then click the green check mark. And now you should get something like this. Now what you want to do is go into Boolean and go into change the setting to intersect. And you'll just want to click both the cone and the cylindrical thingamajiggy. Now go into the green check mark, and you basically have got your second part right here. And this is what it'll look like when it's 3D printed. Pretty cool. So now, this next step is optional, but I highly recommend it. This step is basically getting this thing rounded right here. It'll just make it so that it's like a bit more like professional looking. So yeah, what you basically want to do is click plane. And for the entities, just click the top plane. Now you'll just want to raise this plane to however much you wanted this top to be rounded out. So let's just say I want this chunk to be rounded out because it's too pointy for say. So now we can just press that green check mark. Press, you want to press, and yeah, you'll just want to be able to click split, which I can't find. Oh yeah, I found it. And for part surfaces, or curves to split, you just want to click that cone, and entity to split with, you just want to click that plane. So that basically just separates this coney part with the rest of this. Click that, and then with this part, you kind of just want to delete it. Press backspace. Oh wait, no. You'll basically so yeah, after you split it, all you'll want to do is to go over the part that shows like that highlights this cone right here, which is in this case it's part two, and then you'll want to delete it. Gone. There. Okay. Once you got that, we can hide this plane, this new plane we made. What you want to do is press fillet, and what you're gonna do is basically press, and you'll basically just want to press this. No, not that. This like edge right there. And most of the times it'll automatically do it. But if you want more or like that, so yeah. And now you've got this kind of like rounded tip, and it looks pretty nice. So now what you want to do is go into assembly, which is this next tab over here. Select insert, Part Studio 1 and Part Studio 2. And finally, we end up with this. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to watch my other videos and keep following along. And yeah, thank you.